that I know have honesty and integrity as their core principles. I follow them and I listen to what they have to say, and I try to tune everything out that isn't related to what those guys have to say. And then the third thing I would say is avoid being distracted by every shiny new object that comes along in the internet marketing space. If you're responding to every email list that you're on and going and checking out every sales letter and buying stuff every week, you're doing it wrong. You need to find a business plan that you can believe in, whatever it is, whether it's what you teach at Internet Business Mastery or some other related thing. You need to focus on that and keep working it until it works or until you've determined that it's not going to work. Switching horses every month is not going to get you where you want to be.
Those are all
very
excellent
nice.
pieces of advice. Good stuff.
Yeah, no, we really like having everyone hear what others have to say about the Academy. So how has being a part of the Academy contributed to your progress and success?
Let me tell you a story, and you guys know this story, but I'll recount it. Two things. One is I claim to be, as you guys know very well, the world's record holder for rate of Internet Business Mastery podcast consumption. One time on a trip to Asia, I listened to all episodes from episode 7 all the way through. At the time, I think it was about episode 40, twice in a 48-hour period. So I think that makes me the world's record holder.
Nice.
So the day, and Jay, you probably remember this, the day that you guys went live on the Academy, I was actually in a shopping mall at noon when the website went live, and I was worried that all the slots would be gone. So I actually contacted you and begged you to hold me a slot. I don't know if you remember that, which you did, of course.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I remember too.
Yeah, and that made me a charter member of the Academy because I knew what you guys were teaching was in line with what I wanted to do. So there are 3 things in the Academy that I think are completely invaluable and unique. I mean, you just can't put a value on 3 things that exist in the Academy. And maybe there's 4. You can decide how you want to count them. Number 1 is the course material that you guys generate and the methods that you teach, the quality of it is just stunning. It's much, much higher than what I expected. And you've got this, I guess it's going to end up being 11 courses in multiple parts. I don't know how many hours of audio and video material it is, but it's really fantastic. That alone is worth a small fortune, and other people are charging a small fortune for the parts of that they teach. One of the things that continues to amaze me is that you guys are teaching some very important ideas that other people are still not teaching, and so it's really hard to put a value on it. That's thing 1. Thing 2 is the Internet Business Mastery forums, which I participate in pretty heavily. If you are wanting to get starting on the Internet, you need to be able to talk to people that have either done what you're trying to do or are trying to do what you're trying to do at the same time and share your problems and concerns. That's what the Internet Business Mastery Academy forums do for you. Those are absolutely fantastic, and you guys have done a good job of recruiting some people with lots of experience to continue to participate in those forums to add to your voice. And so that's almost like free mastermind mentoring there that comes complete with the Academy. And then the other thing that's really fantastic, this is 3. 3 would be all the resources. So I've never seen anything like the Rolodex that you guys put together. That's also, I think, unique in the industry. I know that I've seen it, I guess, one other place, but to have that included with the price of the Academy, that's just really fantastic. 4, I would say, which is really part of 2, is having access to the 2 of you. That's really been important to me. I know, just the relationship that you're able to maintain with your clients, and I consider myself one of those, is just amazing. And the example is, a podcast microphone. The other day I needed a podcast microphone. I popped Jay on Twitter and said, hey, what's the best podcast microphone? And you guys, the way you treat your clients is you saw the message and responded. Now I have a nice fancy new podcasting microphone for my next podcasting adventure. So, those are the 4 things that I would say in the Internet Business Mastery Academy make it worth so much more than the cost. It's just really hard to understand what the multiplier is. It's the difference between success and failure in Internet business, and I don't quite know how to put a price on that.
Well, that's quite nice of you to say.
Yeah, wow, thank you.
Hearing those things. And of course, we want to thank you for being a valuable part of the community. You've definitely, you're one of our highest posters there in the forum, which is why you're now one of our community managers. And so we definitely, owe it to you for the part that you have played in helping make that a healthy community. So we definitely want to thank you for being a part of that as well.
Well, it's my pleasure. And if I had it to do all over again and I had my credit card out all over again and the site went live all over again, I would pay the money all over again without hesitation. It was clearly an outstanding decision for me, and I suspect that means that it would be a good decision for other people as well.
Awesome.
Very nice.
So for those listening who want to find you online, Mark, where can they go to find out more about you and what you're up to?
Yeah, come to masonworld.com. It's MASONWORLD.com. Come see me. I have forums there, too. If you go to masonworld.com and look at the links, you can post a message in the forums. You can also reach me with the contact information on the blog, and I've also got a support ticket system there. So that's ground zero for everything that I'm doing. And I always try to answer all my email and all my questions, all the questions that people ask of me. And coming soon, I am launching the masonworld.com Internet Marketing Podcast, which is going to be, I think, a nice companion to the Internet Business Mastery Podcast, because it's going to address this part-time internet marketing sort of niche that we talked about earlier, and that should be coming in the month of July. So be on the lookout for that, and you'll be able to find that on iTunes if you're listening to this sometime after July. It should be there.
Excellent.
I want to actually really quick mention that there's something really cool that I haven't seen before that's on your blog, and that's the retweet button. I love that.
Oh, that's outstanding. Thank you. That retweet button is a plugin for WordPress, and actually, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I need to have my VA fiddle with the style sheet a little bit to get it formatted a little better. But that's a hint to everybody out there: don't spend time editing your style sheet for your blog. Have somebody else do it for you. As tempting as it might be for me to get in there and start writing div tags, I'm not going to do that.
It's a black hole.
That's right. And I know you guys will get mad at me if I write too much code, so I know I can't do that. But yeah, thank you very much. That's just another fantastic example of why what you teach, which is to use WordPress, is exactly what you want to do. I just looked yesterday because I was looking for something for a friend of mine that I was trying to help. There are 5,600 plugins for WordPress on WordPress.org right now.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow. Well, yeah, masonworld.com is a great site. It's a good niche that you've chosen there. We'll look forward to hearing your podcast. You've definitely made yourself an excellent filter of information for people interested in such things, so people can check that out. We'll have a link to that in the show notes for this interview and episode as well. And, I guess to finish up, we just want to thank you for taking some time to chat with us and for all the little insights that have added up to a great wealth of knowledge just in the half hour so that we've been chatting here. So thank you, Mark, for taking the time to do that.
Hey, thanks. And before we leave, I want to issue a challenge to your listeners.
Excellent.
And that is, if they're considering doing something about internet business, when this podcast ends, I want them to go decide what that is and do something today. They should do something today. Even if it's a small thing, they should take some action today and then do that again tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, that's a perfect ending for this excellent episode. So we will just finish up with that. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
You've been listening to the iconoclasts of the 9 to 5 and the purveyors of freedom and fulfillment, Sterling and Jay. Sterling and Jay invite you to discover one of their most popular audio programs ever. The 3 pillars of designing your ultimate internet lifestyle. Visit freeaudiogift.com now and sign up for the free weekly Internet Business Mastery email newsletter. And you'll get instant access to this life-changing audio presentation, pulled directly from the content of the acclaimed Internet Business Mastery Academy membership community. Go now to freeaudiogift.com. Internet Business Mastery. Free your mind.